My name is Bobby Peterson. I am all the way here from Brooklyn, New York, and I am asking for $150,000 for 10% of my company. Sharks, there is a huge problem that affects 50% of the world's population. We're talking about gum disease. Most people don't know that your mouth is key to your overall health. Your mouth is the gateway between your heart and your mind. And most people don't even realize how easily infection can travel between these three very important points. Periodontal disease or gum disease patients are 2 to 3 times at a higher risk of developing cardiovascular disease and stroke. Poor teeth brushing, or a dirty mouth, results in plaque buildup, which is the leading cause of gum disease, which leads to this exact problem. Exactly. We all know that gum disease can also lead to tooth loss. And who wants to deal with that? Prevention is key. To add to this problem, most of the latest advances in electronic toothbrush heads are getting smaller and smaller. Look at the amount of surface area that's covered with this brush. How is that helpful? I know what you're thinking. Why does she care so much about teeth? Why does she care so much about oral health care?
Why?
Why?
Well, dun 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 dun. I'm an orthodontist, and my product is the Big Mouth Toothbrush. This spa in your mouth with a wider head is specifically designed to cover more surface area when you brush, creating a more massaging, relaxing feeling while you're brushing your teeth. Now, sharks, who wouldn't want this state-of-the-art spa in your mouth dynamic toothbrush? Okay, I've had a lot of fun up here, but now it's time for me to close my big mouth and open my ears to any questions that you might have. Thank you so much for listening.
All right, love the energy. Love the fact that we have an orthodontist in the house. You know, it helps immensely when pitching something that you're actually the thing that like would know something about the thing that you're doing. And yeah, 100. I mean, 1.5 million. It seems like a no-brainer to me. And I'm also impressed with myself that I spelled her name right on my notes. How about that? How cool is that? I just guessed. I got it right. So even though I can't pronounce names properly all the time, I certainly can write them, or phonetically spell them out. So, all right, I have one of those Sonicare toothbrushes. I like it. I don't love it. I think that she's very much onto something. The only thing I could say is like, it's a bigger head. Is it going to fit as well up and down in the sides and the crevices of the mouth? With that said, the bristles are pretty tall anyway, so like if it's the same size bristles, just a bigger head, I think maybe it should be good. I guess my next question is can I put it on my current Sonicare toothbrush, or do I gotta buy a whole nother toothbrush? Because I would love to just be able to start funneling money to Bobby versus sending it to whoever's making knockoff Sonicare toothbrush heads. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to check out Bobby's website and social media at the end, as well as feature from one of your comments from down below. And we actually have a past Shark Tank entrepreneur who commented down below that I'm going to feature here at the end. So stick around for that. Anyway, let's get back to Bobby.
Good job. Yeah, good job.
You have your very own toothbrushes right in front of you. You have toothpaste, water, and there are 5 settings.
You have more settings than I've ever seen.
Yes,
And
Lori.
I think that's interesting because you have a gum care.
Yes.
And a sensitive.
Yes.
A clean, a polish, and a white, which I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So I was wondering, does this cut down the time?
It does.
By what, a minute?
It potentially cuts down toothbrushing time. It cuts it in half.
So, Bobby, if this really works, as you suggest, why wouldn't the big guys in the electric toothbrush business just make a head with a big brush on it?
Well, I have a patent pending design on the toothbrush.
And what is it on, the size of it?
Yes, the size of the toothbrush, the dimensions of the toothbrush. It's a design patent. It's a design patent. We are actually working on trying to get a utility patent.
Sorry, Bobby, you have a design
patent for the toothbrush.
On the size of the tooth head.
A wider toothbrush head, yes.
And how do you define oversized?
How do I just define
Well,
oversized?
I'm just wondering how the patent protects me from the other two big guys.
Yes.
Because I actually know your industry. My paper, when I graduated, my MBA was on the dental industry and the office.
Of course it was. That was 150 years
So
ago.
I know all of these suppliers, and I met them all. They really control this market. They did 20 years ago, and they do right now. There hasn't been a Bobby Big Mouth that ever broke any share.
But why do you think they don't have a fat toothbrush like this?
Sometimes it takes a great orthodontist from Brooklyn to come up with a good
I
idea.
can't answer why they don't have it. I can just answer the question as to why I did it.
What do you sell this for, Bobby?
All right. Well, I would love to hear that answer. Why are we jumping to what did we sell this for when I want to hear the answer? Why? Like, I mean, I guess the reason is she cut down the time and you know, because that is the thing. Like, I mean, using the Oral-B, like my dentist was like, oh, you know, you got to make sure you getting all the way down, all the way up, because otherwise you know, if you're not realizing, you just kind of miss it because it's you got a real small point to hit with it. Yeah, I don't know why they don't just make bigger brush heads. It seems weird to me that it's like we've had the same size toothbrush heads, as far as I can tell, for like 150 years or whatever, 150 plus years, and then now we're gonna have a bigger one. Oh, they only got smaller. They got smaller, and now we're gonna have a bigger one.
So I sell this for $69.99. Landed is $14.
$14?
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. So
That's a great margin.
you're selling them in your practice.
Yes,
And
I
where
sell
else
them
are you
at my
selling
practice.
them?
I'm also selling them online.
How many have you sold?
So I just launched in January. So from January to July, I'm at 60,000. But of those 6 months, there's only been 4 months of active sales. So during my toothbrush journey, I found out that I was the first Black person to design an electronic toothbrush. So once Black History Month hit, I sold out, and even though I had already ordered another set of toothbrushes, I was sold out for 2 months.
Why don't you tell us about you?
Was it 60,000 in sales or 60,000 units? I'm gonna guess that it was 60,000 in sales, not units, because it should definitely be worth a lot more.
My background is basically, I'm the youngest of 8. My mom, who's right there, worked 3 full-time jobs to take care of us. I had my daughter as a teenager. She was my motivation to finish high school early, go directly through 4 years of college, 4 years of dental school at Howard University, 3 years orthodontic residency. I opened my practice 1 week after I finished that orthodontic residency.
That's
Barbara,
awesome.
you're gonna love this. So my mom's name is Barbara. My name is Barbara.
Wow.
I thought it was Bobby.
But they call me Bobby. I named my daughter after me. So we have 3 generations of Barbaras.
Oh, my God.
How confusing.
Okay, so I want you to know what I think you have done is really smart, but this is a very crowded space, and I'm really concerned that you're going to have trouble getting this out there and competing. So for that reason, I'm sorry, I'm out.
Oh,
I wish you good luck, though.
Thank you, Lord.
I definitely disagree with that. I think that we've seen this with other things like the Browndages. We've seen it with, I have to go back in my notes here. There's a few other products that we've seen that are in crowded spaces with the big, the Procter & Gamble's of the world. And there is a space because people are looking for something that's not homogenized at this point. People want another option. People want to know that they're supporting somebody else. Now, I guess my question, not that Bobby isn't an overachiever, apparently. Is she going to continue to practice and do this at the same time? Like, what's the goal here? And I'm surprised that hasn't come up yet.
Bobby, I have, look, the story is you. You're incredible.
Thank
The product, I don't know, but I put the product aside for a second. You're in a brutally competitive market.
Yes.
I don't want to be in a market where you're going to have to spend millions of dollars to go up against people with a product that costs $69. I think there's a lot of pain in that. I don't want to compete in that world.
Millions of
I'm
dollars?
out.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that,
Bobby, it's a tough business, right?
Yes.
And your biggest challenge is, as an entrepreneur, as you know, it's hard enough when you're 100% focused on one thing, but you're a double entrepreneur.
Right.
You've got your practice, and you're trying to do this. That's going to be a lot. I think you're going too wide, and for those reasons, I'm out.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Me too. I'm sorry, Bobby.
That is terrible. Look, we're talking about $150,000 here. And look, I get that it's tough, but that's where we're talking about a niche product that has the potential to break through and make it big. Mouth. That's what it is. You know, I don't disagree that it's going to be tough. But if you go the direct to consumer route, and you stay away from trying to directly compete. Look, she's an orthodontist, right? So you go in and you go to all these different orthodontist conferences and all that, and you say, look, I see these guys over here, right? They're good. And yeah, I'm sure there's kickbacks going on. But this is an opportunity for orthodontists to take care of other orthodontists. Orthodontists? I think that it's such. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, the patent thing, I think is tough because anything over, I don't know. You have to defend it, so that's going to take a lot of money and time as well. If they try to knock you off, and I guess that's probably what they're getting at. Was it's going to be a tough market to fetch, but I think. And I think the other thing is that, yeah, $69, but like, obviously she has multiple settings and things. I bet you if she wanted to, she could get that down to like a $30 model that isn't as premium as the one that she has available.
Bobby, I have a few questions. What would you use the money for?
So I need a proper staff. I've been using my dental assistants, and they're just so sick of me. Like, I have them bouncing up the toothbrushes. I don't want them to quit. I've had the same staff for so long. So I definitely need staff. I need a space where we can actually box up the toothbrushes and send them out. I would love to go into retail.
You'd love to go into retail?
I think so.
Crazy. It's all over the board. I was thinking I was going to be your fourth partner, but...
The fourth Barbara?
No. I said I was thinking I was going to be your fourth.
Are you making an offer?
No, wait. Don't put me under pressure here. Now, I wanted a happy round ending, the fourth Barbara, but I think I'm going to pass.
Oh, are you sure?
Well, I admire you. I respect you tremendously, but it's not a business for me.
Okay.
I'm out.
I'm sorry to hear that. Not the fourth Barbara.
But you have one shark left.
She's like, yeah, that's the one.
Oh, you don't want to hear my offer. Bobby, a very credible presentation, but it's a brutal market. There hasn't been a new entrant that's got share in like 20 years.
Well, this is it.
Yeah, maybe. So, I look at it and say,
I know by the response I get from dentists, people in the field, hygienists, they can't wait to talk about this toothbrush to their patients.
I get it, but I'm just looking at it as an investor. I'll tell you what I think.
Yes.
I give you $150,000. I want to make 10 times that.
Okay.
It's really hard to do that here. How is that going to happen? The more you sell, the more you're going to need inventory. The more you're going to have to order. And you've got a full-time gig, and you're very successful at it.
I'm also in the process of hiring another orthodontist. Like, I plan on giving 100% of my time
but if you
I'm at a point in my life where I can do that.
If you'd asked for less money, maybe.
Less money?
But everybody has the same opinion of you. You're very credible.
Hold on. Yeah, you should. You know what, Bobby? You should be offended by that. It's $150,000. Look, yes, $150,000 is a lot of money. Say it all the time here on the show. But in the grand scheme of things, $150,000 is not a lot of money. You could repay $150,000 if you had to. It's not the end. Like, if you had to go, like, this didn't work. She would still be an orthodontist. So, like, she could go work she could make that money and pay it back if she absolutely had to, if it was in the form of a loan. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Because you know what? They didn't even talk about the heads and the fact that you're going to have to replace the heads, right? So if you are the only one that can manufacture the heads, boom. Like, that's recurring income right there. So what
type of offer would you get?
Sometimes it's just...
So $150,000.
Bobby, I wish you the best because you're a great person, okay?
What would your offer be? Let me hear it. Like I said, I am no stranger to struggle.
Come on, Kev, you can do it.
I've been poor all my life. I make money and I put it right back into...
The only way I would consider this, the only way, and I told you, you don't want to hear it. I give you the $150,000. I get 25%, all right?
Okay.
And for every unit you sell, I want $5 because there's no way to get my money back. This margin can take it. It's a $14 cost on a $70
Bobby, come on, you know. Is that a real offer, Kevin?
You like that offer?
I don't like that offer, but $5 is like killing me.
How else am I going to get my money back? How else am I going to get my money back?
Okay, so I know what I'm capable of, and I already know what, you know, my vision is.
I love to be supportive of great entrepreneurs with dreams, but I'm also not stupid.
Exactly. None of you are stupid. We're
All right, so ask for like $1, dude. Like, it's gonna take a little while. And we're talking about $150,000. We're talking about $150,000. Get out of here. She can come in for $500,000.
all self-made, so I get it. Can I counter?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, so how about $150,000 for 20%?
Well, that's still generous.
But maybe the royal will be like $2.
Yeah.
It's close,
That's
Kevin.
still-
It's close.
Very close. You know what it is? I'm struggling with the
close,
royalty
Kevin.
because I know this is going to take
I'll
off.
take that deal.
Yeah, Barbara.
Yeah. Let's go, Barbara.
Parker is swoop.
You
It's
know, it's
the
not that...
About
the
time.
Barbara.
Let's go.
I am no stranger to struggle. I am a hustler. I am a hard worker. Oh
It's
my
still-
gosh.
it's still-
The fact that I have Barbara is only going to make me work harder. I can't wait to work with her. I can't wait to apply myself even more and just show her that coming back in for that deal was the best thing she's ever done.
Oh man, I don't know. The deal's tough. It's still tough. It's still tough. I would have tried to push it down to I would have wanted it closer to $1. The percentage, 20%'s a lot, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I still feel like but it's only till she gets what was the percentage that they wanted back? He wanted 5. Well, he didn't even say. I didn't even write it down. So I guess it was in perpetuity. Just he wanted $5 forever on a toothbrush because, geez. All right. The brush that works harder. So right off the bat, I want to see faces. All right, we got to get all the way down here before we see a face. I want to see people using the product. Faces. We got to get that in there. There's a video, but it's just a black screen.
Welcome to About Her
And I'm not seeing
Business. BET Her's personal look at to be successful in.
Okay, I mean, cool, but we need faces up here. People enjoying the product, kids, parents. So it's normally $100 if you want the pink. Talk about a pink tax there. $100 for the pink one. What the white one is $99.99, but on sale for $69.99. Brush refills are $35.99. Wow, Bobby. Whew, man, that's like most of the price of the unit. Is there? I can get me a shop pay installment with the firm for easy payments. Jeez. Okay, toothbrush refills and covers. That is pricey, for sure. And that's why I don't understand why Mr. Wonderful didn't understand that it wasn't just the one and done, and you're not going to buy a $69 tooth unless he was under the impression that he was going to be buying a $69 toothbrush every single time. So we got 12,300 followers over on Instagram, which is great to see. Lots of engagement, looking awesome, looking fabulous. All right, Bobby, I'd love to have you come on the show for an interview. Just a comment down below, like Seneca Hampton over here said, "Hey, Joe, love the commentary. Amazing video, sir. Not sure when it gets easier, but it's still weird to see myself on TV." Seneca had, it was at Hampton Adams with the tape. It was the workout tape athletic tape that he brought on the Shark Tank. Anyway, Seneca, I appreciate you watching and commenting, and hopefully it will get easier for you to see yourself on TV at some point. Anyway, I'll see you in one of these 2 videos over here. Take care and go be super.